Marshall snobs told others. Grab your tea, the royals just erased Harry like he never existed. Okay, buckle up, because what just went down with Prince Harry and the royal family is so savage it might as well be straight out of a palace soap opera. You will not believe what happened on Armed Forces Day in the UK, a day that's supposed to be all about honor, service, and national pride, turned into one of the coldest royal snubs we've ever seen. Picture this, the royal family's social media pages are lighting up like the Queen's Jubilee. There are sleek, glossy tributes flying around, honoring everyone and their corgi for their military service. King Charles is being praised for his naval work, Prince William is hailed for his time with the RAF, and of course, the late Prince Philip is remembered once again as the stalwart war hero of Queen Elizabeth's era. But guess whose name is missing? Not just missing, completely and deliberately left out. Prince Harry, yes, that Harry. The one who actually served 2 tours in Afghanistan. The one who was out there in the combat zones, not just doing stage photo ops in a uniform. Like, seriously? This is the same man who helped create the Invictus Games, a whole global movement to uplift wounded veterans. And yet on this day, this symbolic, sacred military day, they acted like he never existed. He acted like he never existed. No tag, no story, no honorable mention. Just delete it. Now don't be fooled, this wasn't some innocent oversight. It was clean, calculated, and cold. The firm didn't just forget him, they erased him. And the internet? Oh, it went wild. Half of social media was clutching pearls going, wait, where's Harry? And even his critics were like, okay, that was icy. But for the palace, this wasn't about fairness. This was a move, a very public, very brutal move, let's be real. Harry's been stirring the royal pot for years. The Oprah bombshell interview? Check. The explosive memoir Spare? Check. Netflix drama, podcast confessions, all the tea spilled, scorched, and reheated. He's been airing family secrets like they're airing laundry in Kensington Palace. Well, guess what? The bear he's been poking? Yeah, that bear just woke up. And King Charles? He's not the quiet, tree-hugging monarch people once joked about. Since taking the crown, there's been a definite shift. Less guard gnomes, more Game of Thrones. The palace is done playing nice, and this move to ice Harry out of Armed Forces Day, it wasn't petty, it was intentional, and honestly, kind of genius. Because here's the kicker. If they were ever going to acknowledge Harry for anything, it would have been for his military service. That was the one thing no one could criticize, his golden card, his royal armor, and they still cut him. Not just silence, surgical silence. While everyone else was featured and praised, Harry was cut out like an X from a family Christmas photo. That's not just exclusion, honey, that's erasure. And can you even imagine how that felt for him? Sitting in California, sunshine streaming through his Montecito windows, scrolling through social media, only to realize he doesn't even exist to them anymore. And for someone like Harry, that hurts. Deep. Because the military wasn't just a phase for him, it was his identity. It gave him a sense of purpose, structure, and, let's be honest, respect that the royal spotlight never could. When he was out there in the desert, he wasn't Prince Harry, he was Captain Wales. No bows, no tabloids, just boots on the ground and bullets overhead. So yeah, this wasn't just a PR snub, it was a straight-up rejection of who he really is. The family and institution he gave everything to now treats him like a ghost. Ouch. But let's not forget, there's history behind this cold shoulder. Years of it. This isn't just about a missing caption, it's about a broken family, shattered trust, and the palace finally snapping. When Harry aired all that dirty laundry about William, Charles, even Kate, it wasn't just brave, it was blasphemy in royal terms. You're not supposed to talk, not outside the palace walls. That's the rule. Stiff upper lip, chin up, keep calm, carry on. And Harry, he shouted, he wrote a book, he streamed his pain. He didn't just open the curtain, he set fire to it. And William, the once close brother, now he's ice cold. He's not playing family mediator anymore, he's playing defense. King Charles, he might be Harry's father, but he's a monarch first now. And that means loyalty isn't about blood, it's about control. And Meghan? Meghan. The palace never knew what to do with her. American, divorced, outspoken, beautiful, ambitious, she didn't just step into the royal circle, she rearranged it. But she didn't want to play by the rules, she wanted to make her own. Even the queen, the OG royal, was reportedly tired. She didn't speak badly in public, of course not, but those close to her whispered that she found Meghan confusing, exhausting even. The tiara drama, the veil chaos, the staff complaints. It wasn't just tabloid fodder, it was a palace storm. And the queen? She didn't like storms, she liked order. But let's get to the real heartbreak. The rift between Harry and his grandmother. There were rumors that he yelled at her. Yes, yelled. 10 straight minutes of anger aimed at a woman whose first prime minister was literally Winston Churchill. The Queen, who was known for her dignity, poise, and quiet strength, was said to be deeply hurt. Not angry, not furious, heartbroken. She never lived to see reconciliation. She died with that wound still open, and now the royal family is circling the wagons, protecting what's left, and if that means cutting out Harry, then so be it. Okay, so you'd think being cut from Armed Forces Day would be the climax of this royal drama, right? Oh no, sweetie, it gets deeper, darker, and way more tragic. Let's talk about the moment that really made the palace clutch their pearls when Harry revealed in his memoir that he had killed 25 Taliban fighters during his military service. 25! Not only did he say it, he counted them. And not in some quiet, haunted warrior kind of way. No, it was right there in black and white broadcast for the world to read like a stat. And look, this wasn't about whether he fought bravely because duh, everyone knows he was out there on the front lines. This was about how he chose to share it. That number wasn't just shocking, it was seen as reckless. Military veterans around the world were like, wait, what? Because in their world, that kind of thing is sacred. You don't tally lives. You honor the experience, you carry it quietly, and above all, you protect your comrades from becoming targets. But Harry's confession, it stirred up all kinds of danger for his fellow soldiers, for British security, for himself. And for a royal family already knee-deep in PR nightmares, it was the cherry on the scandal sundae. For Charles, trying to steady the ship as the new king, this was betrayal on a whole new level. Not just a rebellious son, now a walking national security risk. That was the final straw. And while Harry may have felt like he was just being honest, owning his truth, he crossed a line the royals hold sacred: discretion. And from that moment on, the silence from Buckingham Palace wasn't just emotional, it was strategic. Now, let's rewind just a little because we need to talk about Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth. The matriarch, the legend, the woman who saw it all, and yet this Harry broke her heart. People close to her say she carried a quiet grief about the rift. This wasn't just a family falling out, it was a slow, agonizing heartbreak. This was the grandson she adored, the cheeky little redhead who lit up rooms, and now he was blasting family secrets on Netflix, writing tell-alls, fighting with his own blood. Lady Elizabeth Anson, the Queen's cousin, even spilled some private tea, saying that Harry actually stressed the Queen out during her final years. That there were moments where he was rude to her, rude to the Queen, the woman who ruled through wars and tragedies with unshakable grace. The idea that he raised his voice to her, that's not just emotional, it's devastating. She didn't see reconciliation before she passed, just headlines and heartbreak. And that silence from the palace now, it's not just revenge, it's grief. It's them saying, we tried. He walked. Which brings us to Meghan. Oh, Meghan, the Duchess who rewrote every rule whether the palace liked it or not. Was it because she was American? Or divorced? Or because she didn't want to play the obedient Duchess game like Kate? Maybe all of the above. But to the firm, Meghan was never just different. She was disruptive. They couldn't control her. And in a world where control is everything, that was dangerous. The staff complaints, the tiara tantrum, the breaking of age-old protocols, the whispers in royal halls that Meghan wanted the spotlight, but only on her terms. The Queen, she didn't publicly criticize, obviously. But insiders say she found Meghan exhausting, and confusion eventually turned into disappointment. Even the question hung in the air. Did Meghan ever really love Harry, or was it all too fast, too fairy tale, too rebellious? Some insiders claim the Queen asked that question herself. A question that cuts deeper than any tabloid headline. And now it's all gone. The Queen is gone. The bridge is gone. The light they might have left on for Harry, off. William, he's not just distancing, he's disappeared from Harry's narrative. No olive branches, no interviews. Not even a neutral nod. Charles, he's chosen the crown. Odie over dad, the message is clear. The monarchy must survive, and if that means losing a son, so be it. And let's be honest, Harry looks like a man who didn't realize how far he'd gone until it was too late. He thought he could have it all, freedom and family, but the truth? You can't burn the bridge and expect to cross it later. You can see it sometimes in his eyes, even behind those sunny Montecito interviews. That flicker of sadness, like someone who walked away thinking there'd always be a way back, and suddenly realized there isn't. Because here's the truth. Even if Harry wanted to come home, what's left? Not the Queen, not the family bond, not the British public who once adored their ginger prince. What's left is silence. And here's where it hits the hardest. On Armed Forces Day, that day was supposed to be Harry's one unshakable pillar, his anchor to the royal world, his badge of honor. And yet, when the palace posted their tributes, it was as if Harry had never served, never wore a uniform, never risked his life. No caption, no image, not even a confusing AL mention. They didn't need to write a statement, they already did, with silence. And for Harry, the prince who used to beam in that army gear, who found his true identity in the desert rather than the palace, that silence wasn't just a snub. It was the final goodbye. Because sometimes the worst punishment isn't being criticized, it's being forgotten.